What have we got then?
Well, it was bought as a WLA. It's got a WLA nomenclature plate on it, but the wheels, the stands, the spindles, the forks are all WLC. Hasn't got an engine number. I haven't looked at the line bore numbers yet. We'll have a look at those and see what that says, if we can make them out.
So what's the difference between a WLC and WLA wheel? How are you telling these differences?
Silly things, like that's a WLA stand with the sand pads on. Okay?
Yeah.
WLAs didn't, sorry, that's a WLC stand. WLAs didn't have this fork on here. Yeah. Rear wheel's the same. Front wheels are interchangeable on a WLC and big twin. So your fork rockers are on the outside of the forks, whereas on a WLA they're on the inside of the forks. That T-bar was only on a WLC. In theory it should have a front stand, which is why these spacers are on here. See, that's a WLA there. WLC, rockers on the outside, interchangeable wheel. Or that one, that's a WLA front wheel. Rockers on the inside, non-interchangeable wheel. You can go your high headlamp, low headlamp, depending on what year everything is, blah blah blah. But we've sort of covered that before. No difference in the engine. In theory that should have cloth oil lines on it. That's a later kickstart pedal. When you get onto the military stuff, all the blackout lights are different on a C,
yeah,
from an A, and that's about it really. See if we can see the line bore numbers on it. Engine shouldn't be painted black, obviously, but ooh. And it is a 1943 engine. It just says 43 there, and then you have a dash, and then that's your production number. It was off the production line. So it's 43 engine casings. Yeah?
Yeah.
But there's no engine number on it, so it would have been probably straight out of quartermaster stores as a spare engine and slung in the frame, you know? No, it's completely blank. It's never been stamped up, so it was one of the spare engines that were made, you know?
Where would that number normally be then?
On that face there. Right, let's have a look and see. 43-23411.
Okay. Yeah.
Try the other side. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can just about make that out.
Let's try the other side. 23411.
Yeah, let's just see that 1-1 at the end there.
23411. So it's 43, 23411. So it's matching casings. 1943 that engine was built. But it all looks, everything looks about right on it. It's just got horrible wiring. Like the speedo cables have been wrapped up in tape and things like that. It's not running where it should be. So we've gone through our checklist. So silly things. Rear wheel spindle lock tab's missing, which is a safety point. You want to put one on there, you know. Front spring shackle, brake shackle was loose. That needs the locking washer for it again. Rear hub needs a little shim up, nothing major. Rear tyre, the sidewall's cracked, but I wouldn't. They're not gone hard. It's just old age, you know. So not the end of the world on that. Rear stand, as per usual. See that big dent in the frame there?
Alright, yeah.
The return of that should be flat. So when you put it on the rear stand, it rolls over too far. Chain guard mount's wrong. Got a 1946 up rear lamp on it. It's all your silly little things, but it's a civilian one, isn't it? So wiring not good. There's a wheel bolt missing out the back hub, so that needs doing. Steering damper needs adjusting up because that's all just put in wrong. Rear selector on the gearbox is loose, so that needs shimming up somehow. Front feels alright, but it's just that on your bar there, that just wears out. Seat T-bush worn again, normal, but it's not the end of the world on that one, to be fair. Front stand's missing, we knew that. Right, it's got the wrong battery in it, which you really don't want to run. and it needs the inner battery box and the lid. So that's about it really. It runs okay. Well, it did. Let's try it again. Got the wrong fuel line on it. Silly little bits and pieces, you know. Had to take the carb off and rebuild it. As per usual. Probably run out of fuel. But yeah, starts and runs okay. I rode it round without a seat on it. Hurt my bum going over speed humps. Yeah, it goes into gear alright. Customer said he might want to respray on it. So I was just going to have a look at these bits, see if they are genuine.
So when you say it's got the wrong battery on it, what's wrong with the battery?
Basically, they don't work unless you've got the right size amperage battery. You want a 22 amp and the large size. Basically, the generator system on them will just fry the batteries in the end.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to get the right size and the right capacity and the right amps, you know. Siren. More crash bars and bumper bars. No, it doesn't show it, I don't think. Just going into general specs then. No. So they will be aftermarket parts, it's just trying to find out what they are, these rails, you know. You might have had saddle bags that clipped on these, or it might just be somebody's made that up afterwards.
So it basically came in just for a
check over. Yeah, he bought it off an auction, hadn't even seen the bike, so I sent him a picture of it running, and it's always good to know they run. It went in and out of gear okay, brakes feel all right.
Quite lucky purchase then, really.
Yeah, realistically, yeah. But he didn't like the seat, the buddy seat, and it had all the big twin lamps on the front. So we've taken all of that off for him. If you want to go proper civilian spec, forks should be black, handlebars should be black, these were always chrome. That should be black but the rim's chrome. These are wrong. You can go on and on and on, you know. Yeah, it's a nice, looks like a nice sort of functioning, working bike, you know.